CSU officials have announced an enrollment freeze as a result of budget cuts. The freeze will require CSU campuses to close enrollment for spring 2013. 15 CSU campuses have already frozen their enrollment. 8 campuses will accept only a few hundred applicants from community college transfers. The 8 campuses are CSU Channel Islands, Chico, East Bay, Fullerton, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Bernardino, and Sonoma. However, only students receiving their associate's degree will receive priority when applying. The rest will be placed on a wait list. A Pierce College student who did not want to give his name says he is looking into alternative options after hearing about the freeze.
I wanted to go to CSUN, but the budget cuts and now this freeze kind of sort of has changed my mind and has made me want to go to more private universities because I just feel that I'm not going to be able to get in, or even if I do get in, it's going to cost a lot of money over a long period of time, whereas a private university it'll cost the same amount, but I'll be finished a short amount of time and get into the workforce where I can save up more money.
Double major in political science and communications, Regent Corpus says the freeze will not affect him but will impact many of his friends.
CSUs, and I think for the most part some of them are going to spring, and the fact that they can't go there, I think this is going to be even worse for the community colleges because they're going to have to come back, and since there's more cuts to classes, there's a rising price in education. I think this is just going to be an overall trickling down of a lot of consequences, which prevents a lot of students from continuing their education, which is not the goal that we intend education to be. We want students to be able to complete it and to be able to continue to pursue their education so they can be the educated workforce that we're going to need in California.
Physical therapy major Jessica Lopez says it is going to take her a lot longer to finish her education.
And now since this whole, no acceptance for next semester is not going to happen, maybe, I'm going to have to stay here for another semester, a year. It just, it pulls back the whole process. It's going to make it harder for everybody.
The freeze is due to the $750 million funding cut that occurred in 2011 to 2012. I had the opportunity to speak to the spokesman of the Chancellor's office, and he said if the governor's tax initiative is not approved by voters in November, the CSUs face an additional $200 million cut. Eric Follis says the tax initiative can have many effects.
And if that went ahead, if that trigger cut were to be pulled, we would be looking at the possibility of limiting our enrollment again come the fall semester and in fact all of 2013.
He also says community college students might not be the only ones affected.
If this goes into the fall session, if this goes into fall 2013 because of the state budget cuts, then we're not going to close. You can't close off fall or you don't have a freshman class, and that's very difficult to deal with. But what could happen again is that we could be limited in how many students we let in fall, and that could have an impact on students who are graduating from high school.
Officials say if the CSU budget is cut again, they will also consider increasing class sizes, cutting number of classes offered, eliminating academic programs, laying off hundreds of employees, and eliminating and reducing non-academic programs such as athletics, student services, and health centers. In Long Beach, Stephanie Caballero, Valley View News.